Can you spot the two double strategy errors made in this point? Now, first, this video is courtesy of Jay Tennis on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I've put their link in the description below. All right, these are simple errors, but boy, do they cost pros, college, and recreational tennis players a ton of points. All right, here is the first mistake. When you are at the net in doubles and you have a high ball, it is critical that you hit this ball to one place and one place only. You need to go at the feet of the opposing net player. What is so common is that players think, you know what, I'm going to go to the middle because they think, why not? It's wide open. So what ends up happening is the player hits to the middle and the baseliner runs it over. Now I can already see someone typing and they say, yeah, but Ryan, that's because he should have hit it deep and skidding like that. He shouldn't have spiked it down. Okay, but he could have spiked it down if he just went straight to the guy at the net at his feet and he just aimed it over there. He was meaning to spike this ball down the middle. If he wants to spike it, and trust me, I'm not saying anything bad about this guy. He could destroy me as a tennis player. I would never beat this guy. But as a coach, my job is to help players, and he needs to hit it. And I want you, the viewer, to know you need to go to the feet of the opposing net player. It's so common that we think we go to the middle. The baseliner knows that, and they run it down. Now, the team in white is not off the hook because here is a mistake. So we've got the player in the back and he goes for a lob and he lobs over the guy closer to the net. Super smart. Now he lobs and the ball bounces and these guys run back. Super smart as well. But I want you to watch the guy who hit the lob. This guy right here. He stays back. There's something that Jorge Capestany, the master professional in both USPTA and PTR, taught. And it was butts and elbows. It's kind of funny, but when you can see your opponent's butts and their elbows, that means they're running away from you. When they're running away from you, you attack. This guy needs to come up. He needs to meet his partner up at the net. He could tell the moment it went off his racket that it was going to be a great lob. But the player who hit the lob, he's just hanging back. And that gives this player kind of like a release valve, a place that he can hit the ball and he's not going to get hurt. This ball could be hit right now as a volley over here and they could dominate 2-up against both back. But the lobber stayed back. He lobs and he just hangs back, watching this player run, chase this ball down. I mean, let's see how many steps this guy takes and you know he's not going to hit it. So let's look at the guy in black running that ball down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. All right. So let's go back to that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means this guy could have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and been up at the service line by the time that guy hit that ball. And this is what you see in recreational tennis. Players will lob their opponents. The ball lands behind the opponent. They're running back and this player stays back, letting them off the hook. You can't do that. You cannot let them off the hook. Now, yes, the team in white wins because the player in the black does overcook that shot a little bit. And yes, that ball was long. You can see it right there. That ball was slightly long. But the two things you can take away from this that you do not want to make these mistakes is when you're at the net, it's important that you certainly do not hit the ball back to the baseliner because they have a ton of time. And I would tell you to avoid the middle too, because the baseliner can go and get that ball. Just hit the ball hard at the feet of the net player. The point would have been over right then and there because you don't always have these situations where you just have a high ball just sitting there waiting for you. Aim for the opposing net player. They'll never react. And when you lob over the opponent's head and it lands behind them, quickly move up to the service line. Take advantage of the fact that they're showing butts and elbows and they're just running back and you will absolutely dominate the point. Yes, they won, but to be honest, the team in white got lucky. Now, this concept of going forward when you lob and the ball lands over your opponents, that you need to attack and not hang back, is one of the over 30 strategies you're going to learn from the new rules of doubles. It's an online solution from Will Hamilton over at Fuzzy Yellow Balls, and he's teamed up with Craig O'Shaughnessy, the leading statistician in all of tennis, both men's and women's pro singles and doubles. He's taken all the latest data over the past few years, put it together, compiled it, and he's going to show you exactly how to win more doubles matches with the proper movement, shots, and strategies. To grab it, just use my link. It's in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. Now, if you're looking for new people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or you want to find a coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then use my link for Play Your Court, and it's playyourcourt.com/2minute tennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. Look, doubles is not a game of keep away. It's not about find the open court. Finding the open court usually leads to bad stuff when you're playing doubles. It's actually a game of hit the ball to the correct person. When you're at the net and you get a high ball, just hit it hard to the feet of the opposing net person. You're going to win point after point. And if you are in the back and you successfully lob where the ball lands behind your opponents and they're running back to get it, don't hang back. You squander the opportunity to hit an aggressive volley or angle or overhead when you stay behind the baseline. They want you. These players were happy this guy stayed back. You need to go forward. You need to be aggressive. If they go back and hit a ground stroke, you move forward and then can volley at an angle or volley this way. If they hit a lob, then you're there to hit the overhead. When you're at the net with a high ball, crack it to the opposing net player's feet. When you successfully lob over your opponents and they're running back to get it, put your toes on the service line. You copy these strategies, there is no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. Come on, click the link in the description or pinned in the first comment. Go get the new rules of doubles. You got this.